Alright, this is the quick demo for BrainLeaf. It explains how we use BrainLeaf to scope and sell projects. So let's get started here. This is the dashboard. You can see these are clients, and these are my test clients, demo clients. You can see this client demonstration company has these three projects, and then we've got the check with the X means it's been the project has been approved, but a part of it has been declined. The check with the widget means that the project has been approved and then changed. The widget just means the project has not been sent to the client but is being worked on. The check means it's been approved as is. And there's also another one that is a uh, paper airplane. That means it's been sent to the client but not approved yet. So getting started, we're going to go ahead and select new project. And we're just going to say this is a test project. Just call it test. And then this is test, testing. You can use these tags. You'll be able to use these tags in the future to sort and search projects, but right now the tags don't have that much functionality. Project description. This is a test project. This project logo is generated from this item here. It says test. If I were to go tester projects, it uses the first two letters, the T and the P. I'm just going to go with test, and I can also change it down here, and I can just make it say test like this. I can also upload an image here. In this area, I'm going to select the client that this is associated with, and then here I select how I'm working. So in this case, I'm going to bill by the task, and then let's click to get started. So here we go. Now that the blank project is loaded, I can either I can add a new feature by just clicking Create Blank Feature, which adds this item, which is just a blank item. So this could be like a addition to some system, or however you want to call it. You could come in here and change this. You can say this is maybe a page. So we're editing a page. Let me go update to services page. However you want to do that. And then here we can come in and add individual tasks. The tasks that are listed in the system now are for web design and development. However, it doesn't have to be for this. It can be for whatever it is that you do. We have lawyers, accountants, architects, all sorts of people using this system, and they just come in here and change these to be what they need it to be. So in this case, I'm going to say this is coding, and it's going to be 2 hours of coding. And you can see right here, it added 2 hours at $120 per hour equals $240. And if I want to add another one, say composition design, then I'm going to add 5 hours, and now we've got 7 hours at $840. And I can add as many as I want, or I can also add an expense. So let's just say this expense is stock photos. And I'm going to say quantity 1, and I'm just going to go with, let's say it's a $300 budget I want to give. So there's my $300 stock photo budget. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And now I'm going to show you how I generally do this, which is with templates. So once again, right now there's a bunch of web stuff in here, but these templates can be set up however you want them. I'm going to come in here and choose a theme-based website, drag and drop it into my navigation. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and close the templates area back up. So now you can see we can navigate through here by clicking up and down, and I just loaded a ton of work in, 46 hours at $5,676, and I can from here I can navigate to all the different areas. I can see company, contact, header, the footer, project-wide tasks, etc. And so, and within each one of these areas, like for example, project-wide tasks, I have a price of $1,950. Oops, let me go back up to that. $1,950 right there. This is a compilation of all of the things underneath here. So, for example, we've got planning and architecture development, concept design, server setup, code repo setup, everything. And all of these widgets, everything that comes into my overall planning and setup. And it compiles to a price of $1,950. I can also click here and minimize it down to everything, or just collapse the entire system here and see all the major areas. I can also drag and drop general sections around. So for example, our work, let's say I want that to be above it, above services, just drag and drop it, and now we've got our work and services. So I'm going to put it back down below. And I can also come down here and I can do the same thing. Well, let me find something that's got some items in it. So here we've got homepage, promo, image rotator, company tagline, services, promo boxes. I can come in here and say I'm going to move this item to be a top level item. And now we can see it's a top level item instead of being within the homepage. Let's go ahead and put it back in. There it is. And we'll move this here above it. Alright, so if I want to edit something, all I do is click on it. I can edit the text here, I can edit the text here, I can add new items here just as we did before, I can change the times, and all my prices come together up here. So once I'm done with this, oh, actually, as I'm going through this, I can also add in tags. So for example, if I want to show something is a phase 1, phase 2, or if I want to show a particular feature that has sections throughout the site, for example, like a blog that may have a feed on the home page or a general area or a feed on other sections, then what I can do is I can apply tags. So in this case, I'm going to come on in and I'm going to say phase 1, and I'm going to add another tag called phase 2. Phase 2. And give this a different color, maybe like a red. There we go. So we got a phase 1 and a phase 2 tag, and I'm going to say let's make our services and our work and within company the staff listing section all phase 2 items. Then I'm just going to come in here and say phase 2, and now that's been applied, and I can now come in and just turn this off, and I can say okay, if I'm meeting with my client, I can say okay, you want to see all the phase 1 item, or here's everything, here's my total price. Oh, if you just want to see phase 1 items, I can turn off phase 2, and now I've got a different price here. Or if I want to say, I don't have phase 1 listed as an item in this, but I could just as easily go in and add phase 1, or as I said before, like a blog or something like that. And when I go to print these items, then if I go and I print them, they'll be turned off in the printout as well. So you can see here we've got a pretty fancy printing system. We've got our summary page, which I can turn off and on, and then determine how everything needs to be printed out. And then you can see you can preview it right here. Okay. All right. And then within the history section, I can go back and revert changes. Billing, I can determine how I'm billing things. For example, task hourly rate, project hourly rate, person hourly rate. I can set up the individual tasks and their rates in this area. I can come in here and add new ones. And then I can see how everything is broken down right here. If there are expenses added, then I'll see the expenses listed there. So if I were to come in and say project hourly rate, so let's say you just work at $120 per hour for everything you do, there's my rate, or there's my price for the project. If I just want to do a flat fee project and say this is a $10,000 project, there's my $10,000, or as we normally do it here, task hourly rate, and it's right there as well. The team section, we can come in and add team members to each project so that team members can see the project and give feedback. Files is just a list of the files. Settings is how we go and we set up project types, clients, all the stuff we set up at the beginning. Options, we can duplicate, archive, delete, export, etc. And then my favorite is send for approval. So here, this project is already set up for the demonstration company, and I think I'm listed. There we go. Jason at CodeWright. I'm one of the clients associated with this company. I go to the next step. I'm going to say this is a project contract. I'm going to preview it. And here you can see it's going to auto-load the name of the company, the location of the client, the price of the project, and a link to the project into the contract, so I don't have to rewrite the contract every time. And then I'm going to select the project, click Next Step, allow a client to decline individual items, and I'm not going to hide anything else. And then I'm going to just preview this. So when I preview it, this is what the client is going to see. They're going to see their list, their project as it is for them. They can come in and decline individual items or reinstate those items, since I gave them the ability to do that. Expand, collapse, just as we could do, and then they can come in here and approve this. And since I'm looking at it on behalf of the client, this isn't exactly what the client is seeing. It's letting me know that I'm looking at it on their behalf. Here I'd enter their name, I would say the client agrees, click I understand, and then it's going to send the client a copy of the scope, a copy of the contract, and an email saying that they agreed verbally to do this. And if there's any changes, they want changes, they need to email immediately and get those taken care of. So that's that. And then the last bit of stuff, which is actually a very reasonable amount of stuff, is within the manage area and the templates area. You can come in here and manage the global tasks, people, feature types, clients, contracts, set up your contracts, edit your team members in this area, and then manage templates from this area. And that's the quick version of BrainLeaf. If you have any questions or problems, we'd love to hear about them, and I hope you enjoy the system. Thank you.